niggas gon' be straight. If I had to make a call, we might get erased. We okay. We okay. Big backwoods to the face. We okay. My niggas gon' be straight. If I had to make a call, we might get erased. I'm okay. We okay. These backwoods to the face. Homie told me we okay. I told homie let's get paid. What he say? We okay. They ask how I'm doing. All I gotta say, I'm okay. Getting by in my city where they say music is my life. What else can I say? People waiting on me, but so many also hate. I can tell by the look upon their face. Cause right now we okay. Homie said we good, so we straight. About to blow up now. Homies out the way. Get on, get paid. I got a feeling, it might be changed, but I know I'll be okay. We okay. Did nobody help? We okay. Can't even help. We okay. We okay. Big backwoods to the face. We okay. My niggas gon' be straight. If I had to make a call, I might get erased. We okay.
Y'all. Welcome. Good evening. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Bornrich Show right here on IntellectualRadio.com, where we streaming live 24/7. Over 50 intellectual radio shows. And our motto here is feed your brain. Feed it positively. And I want to shout out to our amazing engineer, Earl Renfrey. Thank you so much, Earl, for being here, doing your thing. I appreciate it. If you want to look good and sound good, that is your guy. That's one thing I love about this station over here. It's that like he got stuff on the wall, or not to say he got the numbers. He got everything so conveniently placed. So if you want to sound good and look good, this is the place to be right here, over here at IntellectualRadio.com. Happy Friday, y'all. This is going to be a great weekend. There's a lot of things going on. I heard over there in Broadview. What did they have over there? A Juneteenth celebration. You all happy Juneteenth. You all make sure you be safe during that month. I don't know, to be honest. I'm gonna say I don't know why people celebrate Juneteenth, because they gonna go right ahead and celebrate July the 4th. We did all that talking on my black power. We got all these flags flying and call it talking. So what y'all doing for the 4th? I said I thought we wasn't celebrating the 4th. I mean, what are we doing here? Make up your mind. That's a lot of money to spend back to back, Earl. That's just too much money. I done had barbecue back to back and all that stuff. I need us black people and those who are supportive of Juneteenth to make up your mind. I know they have made it a holiday, so that is a day people, if it was a work day, that you could take off. So that is a good thing. But I just need us to stop being bipolar. Either we're going to celebrate Juneteenth and not going to celebrate the 4th, or we're going to celebrate the 4th and not. But to each his own. I know some people like we celebrating it anyway. That's our problem. We don't know how to stick to nothing. Okay, but happy Juneteenth, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Please be safe. Drive responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Take an Uber, please. Don't be out here being irresponsible, because I know sometimes we do stuff and we so used to doing it and getting away with it, and after a while you just never know. There you go, boom, it's an accident. Somebody over the bridge, and so they are accidents. So just be safe. Rich is a busy man, y'all. He out here promoting his tour. He just came back from Miami. So you all still pick up Survive Through the Storm, and also pick up the Review magazine. I have a page in Review magazine. So does Earl, my first magazine. So you all make sure you pick both of those up, and also don't forget about the Forever Grateful Awards. We're going to, I believe so, but I'll get more information for you all if we're pushing it back. But so far it's August the 13th because Rich want to make sure that we're thorough. He want to make sure that it's planned well. So we got to push it back a little bit to make sure that we're doing, bringing it in an excellent way. I am all in favor of that. And also, I want you all to don't forget about July the 13th, I believe, is the Ambitious Award show, and I'm supposed to have a special award. So I want to shout out to the Ambitious Award. Thank you so much. I didn't even know until someone I know called me and told me about it. So I just appreciate the recognition. I guess later on I'll know. I know I'm doing Earl. Sorry. Look, I'm trying to think and do multitask, but that's why you say because you try to do too much stuff and your mind might go blank. But yeah, that's me. That's me. But yeah, so you all, we have a great show for you today. I have a wonderful, wonderful guest that's gonna come on after this break. She is a screen playwright, an author, and so much more. And we're gonna get into that. And also, I have a very great topic that it might be a little controversial. So I'm glad I got Earl up in here with me, and then I'm here. It's us ladies up here, but I think it's a great topic, and I think it happens a lot. I have a clip that I'm gonna let you all hear before we talk about the subject. It's gonna be about have you ever dealt with an ex and a friend being a little too comfortable with each other, or are you okay with your friend dating your ex? So dun dun dun. That's a pretty saucy subject. So, and I believe it happens like cousins, not just friends, cousins and sisters. I'm here about sisters taking each other, man, and I mean, good God, y'all. It's a lot of people out here. I don't know why you got to dip in the same pot. But yeah, so we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back with all this saucy stuff, y'all. Don't go nowhere.
I like this. I didn't want to go the wrong way. I just want to live with my babe. I don't want to fight no more. Don't want to argue no more. Don't want to fight no more, baby. I didn't want to go the wrong way. I just want to live with my babe. I don't want to fight no more. Don't want to argue no more. Don't want to fight no more, baby. We done been together for a while. I done made you man that smile. You the only one I want. You the only one I need. When I was broke, you was there for me. When you was broke, I was there for you. Other people had no clue what me and you been through. I didn't want to go the wrong way. From that confusion, babe. Should have been at the crib at 8. But now you mad at me. We could have sat down and prayed. Now we going separate ways. Now playing pool with Jay. I didn't want to go the wrong way. I just want to live with my babe. I don't want to fight no more. Don't want to argue no more. Don't want to fight no more, baby. I didn't want to go the wrong way. I just want to live with my babe. I don't want to fight no more. Don't want to argue no more. Don't want to fight no more, baby. I didn't want to go the wrong way. I just want to live with my babe. I just want to fight no more. Don't want to argue no more. Don't want to fight no more. I just want to go the wrong way.
Yeah, that's I don't want to go the wrong way. I just want to lay with my babe. You know who that is? Bornrich. Y'all make sure you all check out his Meditate, okay? And his brother P Weezy, rest in peace. P Weezy, I love his song called The Greatest. I always use it on my reels and stuff, but you all make sure you check them out. And yeah, just check them out. I don't want, if you got a boo, you don't want to go the wrong way, you don't want to stray, you want to lay with your bae, do right by your bae, y'all. But welcome again right here on the Born Rich Show on IntellectualRadio.com, where we stream live 24/7. We have over 50 intellectual radio shows, and where we feed our brain over here with positivity. Okay, if you want to be at a place where you fed with good stuff, this is the place to be. And again, we got our guest who's gonna be calling in a few minutes. So Latrice, she is a screenplay writer, a author. I mean, she does so many things. So I'm excited that you all will be, those who don't know her will be introduced. She works on 106.3, so 106.3. She's been in the radio business for a long time now. She moved here from another state. We're going to find all that good stuff out. And then also with her, we're going to talk about the subject that I was just saying about. Have you ever dealt with, like, maybe your friend crossing boundaries with your boyfriend, and your boyfriend crossing boundaries with your friend, cousin, family members? These stories has been popping up on my timeline all week. So I got a clip that I'm gonna have you all listen to. It's crazy. You got to be careful who you call friend. And they was friends for like 10 plus years. And so yeah, it's crazy, you all. It's crazy. So you all make sure you tune in for that. And I want you all to also follow Born Rich, buy Born Rich Apparel, Red Couture. They have their show tomorrow. So I need you all to make sure that you just patronize, patronize, patronize. We want to, even over here on intellectualradio.com, we want to build businesses that's minority businesses. And the only way we could build that is to supporting each other business. Even being on the radio, I have an idea. I'm gonna talk to Earl about it. I have an idea. I feel like when you're in the entertainment business and you all together, I think you should network and cross paths with each other. I did a little class about, starting my podcast, and one of the biggest things they say that can grow your following and stuff like that is to network and to go on somebody else's podcast. And because you have two different people with two different areas where they're coming from, and you all merge together, and that's how you get to know each other, and that's how your following can grow, because now you exposed to me, I'm exposed to you, and we could collaborate like that. Stop trying to get all this attention, by yourself, and stop competing. If we are better together. And if you want to start a podcast, if you want to start a radio show, don't be like, oh, it's so many. It is saturated, but it's a place for everybody. It's a place for everybody. Everybody is individuals. Um, Everybody got their own gifts and talents, and don't be afraid to share. You'll never know what the outcome would be. It's better to try and fail than not to try at all. Don't live your life through fear. I'm talking to myself, because I'm talking to myself too, you all, because sometimes I like to see what's in front of me, and I know that's a thing coming in. Like some people they go out for entrepreneurship. I like to know I'm gonna have my check this day, but so many people have did great things because they stepped out there on the limb. So I do. Age doesn't matter. I talk about my age and stuff like that, but I always get slapped in the face with, honey, I was 50 years old when I finished school, and had raised my kids and all that stuff. So yeah, so I'm taking my own advice to you all. So you all make sure you step out on faith. Don't be scared. Don't move in fear, because can nothing can happen but a no. And once you hear, I hear a lot of successful people say, I've heard way more no's than yeses. So don't be like held, just stuck in one place because you're scared to move, you all. So I encourage you to do something new every day. Try something different. Don't No matter how old you are, it's a place for everything. I got so many ideas in my head, and I'm gonna do some research. I got invention ideas. There's in my head. So pray for me that it all work out. I think our special caller is calling in. I want to introduce to you all. So hold on one second, you all. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, you all. This is our beautiful guest. So welcome to the show, to the Bornrich Show, right here on IntellectualRadio.com.
Hey, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I want you all, if you have any comments about any of the things that's going on the show, I want you all to call 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953 to chime in on, if you have any questions for So when we get to our subject and topic, I want you to chime in because I feel like you all have a voice too. So I am just excited to have you on the show today. So I would like for you. How's your Friday going? First of all.
It's cool. It's cool. It was no work, so
Oh,
that's
great.
always good.
It was meant for her to be on the show because we've been trying to get together for some time now. So and I met at what's the name of the bistro?
Rock Island.
Rock Island Bistro. Can you tell us before we get into so many things that you do, honey? Uh this lady got a resume, Renaissance woman here. What was you doing over there at the bistro at that time? It was so
Oh
fun.
yeah. Unfortunately, it's closed down now. Broke my heart. That was like
Oh,
my home.
yeah.
But yeah, I used to host the open mic there. That was actually my
Yes.
first open mic that I hosted.
And I remember you would say, like when we first, I don't know if I just walked up to you. I'm that kind of person, you all. But we just hit it off right
We did.
away. I think we stood and talked for like 2 hours in one spot.
We did. We talked for a long time while we was waiting. I was waiting to get started, and we were talking for a while.
Yes. So it was a wonderful moment. I really enjoyed meeting, and I had just started in the radio industry, and my mission was to meet women that's doing this thing right, that's doing it positive. They not sleeping. If you sleeping your way to the top, I'm not saying that don't work. I'm not putting you down.
Look, if I find the top, you know, he cute.
You so crazy. You said if you found the top and he cute, you willing.
You know,
Oh,
don't count me out. No, I'm
ah,
kidding.
listen. Well, honey, you still doing your thing. I mean, she encouraged me. I enjoyed our whole conversation. So we're gonna get into that conversation now. I would love for you to introduce yourself to the people, those who don't know you, and the new people that I'm excited to introduce this beautiful woman to you.
Uh, I hate introducing myself, and it's weird that I say that, but I do. I'm so
I
used
don't
to
know
people doing
why.
it for. I'm so used to people doing it for me. So
Right.
I feel like I be put on the spot when people are like, "Oh, tell me about you." I'm like, "Oh crap, nah, I gotta talk." Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
all right, so my name is So. I
Yes.
am a board operator and producer for Soul 1063. Soon to hopefully be on air there soon. I used to be on air on Rejoice 102.3, the gospel station. I had a show called the Nightly Praise Show.
Ooh.
I also do some of the production there as far as the promos for shows and commercials that you probably hear running through Power 92. Um, I also am a screenplay writer. I wrote probably like 6 short films so far, and 1.5 features. I'm still writing a feature right now. One of them was entered into the film festival. We were nominated for Best Original Song and Best Original Score, movie score. And I'm actually editing 2 more now, and there will be in the whatever film festivals I can put them in. I am
Congratulations.
an author. I'm a co-author in an anthology book called "It's Never Too Late. You Are to Be Unstoppable." And another book that I wrote is called "Tales of Love and War," a book of short love stories. Both of those are on Amazon.com. What else?
You're a
Do
beautiful
I'm
mother.
also
You're a
an
grandmother.
esthetician, right?
You're
See, this is why I don't
esthetician.
introduce
No,
myself.
you doing well. Now you doing well. I don't know how you sleep, but you doing well because you got so many titles, and also you a mother, a grandma. You all when you all go look up
Yes.
honey. She looked
I'm
like
a
she
lovey.
haven't
Don't say
spit
grandma.
no
I'm
babies
lovey.
out. She looked like no babies came out of her body. Okay, but yeah, I love that too because I see you put your stories about your daughters and your grandchildren. She's a
Yeah.
person. Because some people forget that people that's doing all these things, they're parents, they're grandparents. And you could do all these things as well because you're very ambitious. I always see that you always adding something to your repertoire, to your resume all the time. And I admire that because sometimes we get stuck in one thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
recommend no one do that. Find different jobs, different trades to learn how to widen your horizon and to make money. You know?
Right, that
Yeah.
part, and that's the thing. Like I do this because one, I think it's the Libra in me.
Yeah.
We're so full of ideas and so ambition, and then on top of it, I get bored kind of easily, and so I don't want to be stuck in one thing and get bored. So I do have a degree in paralegal studies, and I
Oh,
was
wow.
working for this one company, private detective company. And it was just repetitive. Every day I went to work. We couldn't have our phones in there. I sat at the desk, and the work was the same. So I started to get bored. I started snacking all day, and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm too creative to be sitting behind a desk. I'm bored. I need to use my brain. Need to use the creative side of my brain. So I try to tell, to even teach my kids, like, you don't have to get stuck in one career. People always make it like, oh, if you're going to do this, you need to be doing this. And, oh, don't put your dreams aside and make money and, your dream is a hobby. I never recommend that. I always recommend follow your heart. And as long as you continue to work, success will come. I actually just reposted a video that Ice Cube said on Instagram. I posted it on my story when he said that when people, when they do work, they expect to get paid right away. He said sometimes it takes you you have to do that free work for about 5 years before, you get paid. And he's like, people work for the money instead of working for the success. And it's really true. And so that's what, a lot of people don't understand. They just think that, oh, you're going to go into this field. You're not going to make no money right away. You need to give up. That's not, that's never been me. I never quit, even if I was bored. Like I was bored in my paralegal school, and I just finished it because I didn't want to quit it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now I want to get into, because I know you love writing. When did you
I do.
discover that you had the gift of writing?
Well, I used to write in high school a lot. Like I always wrote poetry. I used to sell my poetry to the guys for $5 so they can give it to their
That's
girlfriends.
cute. I love that idea.
And so then I wrote my first, like, I guess you can say, I don't know if it was a book. It was more of a movie. Wow. And then I used to write music when I was in high school. Like me and my best friend, we wrote a rap. I used to write songs, but I didn't fully discover my gift of writing until after I graduated. Well, when I attended Illinois Media. Wow. So I used to write all the time. I knew I can write, but I never really fully tapped into it until I went to Illinois Media, and we had to write a 5-minute short film. And we had to write it. We had to cast, direct, and all that stuff. And this is how I got into film, because film, honestly, film and radio was not a dream of mine. It was never a thought in my head. I never thought I would be in this industry, but God. God put something in front of you. You never even, he like, okay, you're going to this direction. Because, I was a beauty queen. Beauty was my field, my lane.
I can tell.
And,
I can tell. You still a beauty queen.
And so I went to Illinois Media to actually learn how to just make a commercial for my spa. And I was talking, my radio teacher was like, you have a great voice. I hated my voice. I always felt like I sounded like a 12-year-old. And he was like, you have a great voice. You need to be on radio. You're in the beauty industry. Do a show about the beauty industry. And I was scared. Like, I was so scared. And then I did it, and I started loving it. And then we had to do the short film for my film class. And I literally, every time we got a project, I was always the first one finished. I was always the first one started. Because you tell me something, I got an idea already in my head, and I'm already writing it. So I had 4 versions of my script
wow.
in one day. The first day he gave us the assignment, I already had 2 movies in my head, and I chose Joey and Jordy. It started off as a short, and now I wrote it as a feature. And so when I wrote it, I was like, oh my gosh, I can write movies. Like, this is crazy. And so then I just started writing, and just like, I realized, like, I'm so good at it. Like, it's so quick. Like, I can write a feature in like less than a week. I can write a short in less than 24 hours. And it all makes sense. It's not one of those crazy, movies that don't have a storyline or anything. I wrote my book in a week. And I'm just realizing like, wow, this is crazy. And I started just really, when I write in the dark on my laptop, and my mind is just there. The world is not around me or anything. It's just me and my laptop and my brain.
So that's your formula of how you write. You just cut the light off, or you put candles on to cut the light off. How
No,
does your
I don't
process?
have nothing on. It's quiet.
Wow.
It's quiet. Even when I edit, it's quiet and dark. And I remember when I was in my mom's, and I'm in the dark, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I guess she thought I was depressed or something. And I'm like, "No, this is just how it works."
I'm sure I
Like,
would
it's so
think the
dark.
same
I'm
way.
like-
Yeah, that is dope. So what would you tell someone who might be afraid, or about following their dream like that, discovering their new dream, then going out there and focusing? Because you seem like you're a hyper focused person. Like when
Mhm.
you hyper focus and you're gonna complete that task. What would you tell someone that's just starting out?
I would say this: when you're just starting out, just do it. Reach out to people that that's doing it. It's going to be a lot of people that's going to shut you down. That's going to act like they're interested in helping you, but the whole time they're not. You're going to run into people that's going to want to just be around you, to be in your space and learn what you got going on, and act like they're really interested in your vision. And the whole time it's an ulterior motive. But I would just say, knock the naysayers, stay prayed up, ask God to, just carry you through your journey, and to knock out anybody that's not supposed to be on that journey with you. Because I promise you, I say that prayer all the time, and people constantly show themselves to me. God really reveal people when you ask him to. So just stay focused. If it's something that you don't even, I always say this, like, you don't have to be passionate about it. Because passion is a feeling. You can be passionate about something, and then the passion will go away, and then you want to give up on it. It don't have to be a passion. I say discover your gift, because once you discover your gift, that's what's going to really make you successful. Tap into that gift that you have. Everybody is born with a talent. God gave all of you a talent. If you know how to cook, if you know how to swim, if you know how to whatever, that's something that was embedded in you, that God gave you, singing, rapping, whatever. Tap into that gift and make that, that gift your reality, and just keep going. It's like I said, find a mentor, find people in your, that's on the same level as you, that's trying to elevate the same as you, and just not you won't know they're a hater until really you start dealing with them. But just find people that's on the same lane as you, and motivate yourself if nobody else is going to motivate you. Because it's times that I get unmotivated. It's times that I get discouraged. I feel insecure about something I'm doing, where I'm not confident because I'm not supported, but I have to really shake it off and just keep going, because ain't nothing, the only person that can stop you is you.
Yes. I love that one key thing that you said is it's not about passion because it's a feeling, but it's about finding your purpose. And when you live in your
Mm-hmm.
purpose, that's a whole different way of thinking and moving, of being fulfilled, when you really know the direction that you're supposed to go in. So that I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that was some amazing advice to us out here in
Thank you.
whatever field you're trying to get into, whatever blockage that's trying to block you. Find your purpose. And also with what you were saying too, getting in this industry and finding there's so many people that have ulterior motives that's not pure. So watch your environment. Definitely be discerning and be careful. Move slow. Trust very slow. It's okay to get with somebody and learn, but trust very slow, and don't share everything. Don't overshare. I
Mm-hmm.
learned that oversharing sometimes bring predators. So when you got ideas and stuff, really be careful in sharing your ideas, because that's how I've heard people when they went to school and stuff, how to school, and different people in there stole their ideas and they see it out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So stuff
And
like
that's
that.
the thing. I haven't been burnt so many times. Since I've been in this industry, I've met so many snakes. And unfortunately, it's been the men. I've met
Wow.
the women I've met has been very motivating, very positive. You know what I'm saying? Very encouraging. It's been the men that feels like, oh, a woman is moving ahead of me, so I'm going to try to break her spirit, or let me try to use her to get into where I want to do, or learn everything I can from her, act like I want to, I see her vision, or, or I'm going to use her for clout. So let me be around her and get in what she's doing, and then build clout around it. And once I got enough clout around it, I'm going to just vamp, so I've been burnt plenty of times, and by people who I thought was like really genuine and was my friends. And the whole time it was a motive behind it. So, I mean, yeah, I broke down, I cried, whatever. But at the same time, I'm still going, because ain't nobody gonna stop me, like I said, but me and God, but God, period. So.
Yeah. I love that, and I understand. And me, it's been the opposite. It's been a few women, but I'm not. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really connect to people like that. I am a people person. I know my purpose on this earth is to affect people in positive ways. But it's like God was letting me know this about this business. I grew up in church, and I had to realize I'm not dealing with church people. And I know people talk about church people, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dealing with church people though. So I have to come in
Right.
with a different mindset and make sure I'm here doing my, taking care of business. Don't try to connect to
Mm-hmm.
everybody, don't try to hang out with everybody, because I'm social and I'm a people's
Mm-hmm.
person. That's just my personality. People draw to me, strangers, somebody telling me they business all the time. That just happens to me on the daily basis. But he was letting me
Right.
know you got to be discerning and be careful, and don't tell everybody your business. Don't talk about your
Mm-hmm.
relationships with these people, which gonna intern with us a little bit. We're gonna go into our subject for today too. I want you to chime in on this little subject that I have a little bit
Okay.
with that.
Oh yeah, that was another thing that I do. I forgot. I'm a podcast host, so
Yes,
I
no,
go
tell
into
us
any
about that
subject.
podcast. No, your podcast, your esthetician. I know you got a male spa. All those
Yeah.
things too. Tell us about that.
Okay, so the man spot, I literally just stopped because business was really slow where I was at. The location just wasn't a location for me. So I just moved out of that location. I'm actually going to eventually just be a travel and spa soon. So that's just on pause right now. But excuse me. Yeah, so I am a licensed esthetician. I'm also a licensed esthetician teacher. So I do teach beauty aesthetics. And then with my podcast, my main podcast is called Speak It. It's relationship based mostly. It's
Ooh.
also like, we talk about other things like parenting and business and stuff like that too, but it
But people
always
love
seems to carry
relationship
heavily
conversations.
on relationships. Yeah.
Yeah, people love
And
that
then
topic.
I ended up starting another one called the Opinionated Truth Podcast, where we basically talked about any and everything. So that's still, going. So I still have both podcasts. I'm just revamping things as far as like co-hosts and stuff like that. I think I'm just going to eventually do it on my own and just have guest co-hosts, because again, another thing is people want to show up, but they really want to do a podcast, but no one understands the entail of all the work that goes on with
Yes.
doing a podcast.
Yes.
People want to just show up and talk. It's way
Exactly.
more than that, and they want to monetize. No, if I'm doing all the production, the post-production of the show, and you wanted to show up and talk, how would you get monetized? For talking? I can do that myself. So,
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah, so that's a whole nother thing. So I'm just going to, eventually I'm revamping both podcasts and probably just make both into one. And it's going to be me and just, special guests or
Well, I
whatever.
definitely volunteer to be a co-host. Not a,
Oh, girl,
like
you are. Oh,
a
baby,
guest
you already
co-host.
know. You can come. You can come. You can come
I
anytime
guess.
you want
Look,
to.
I'm inserting myself as the guest co-host.
You can come anytime you want to. You already know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how do you find time to do all this stuff?
A lot of people say that. They be like, "Are you over? It just seems so overwhelming." I think because I make my own schedule with a lot of things, you know.
Okay.
So everything that basically I do pretty much is me just making my own schedule. So I can always schedule myself around stuff. And so it's never, I've have, why I'm not overwhelmed it's because I'm doing everything that I love.
Yeah, that the man.
So I don't feel like work.
That's definitely that makes a difference when you're doing something you love. You all. That's so true. That's so true. So that is awesome. So right now, are you saying you revamping the podcast, or are you having something that's going on now? What do you have going on now?
Well, as far as with the podcast, no, because I just when I started the Opinionated Truth podcast, I put speak it in a vote.
Okay.
Is that the word? Vote. Yeah. And so, look, I'm a writer and I can't talk. And so,
you're fine.
You can blame the word also. But so I started the Opinionated Truth podcast with one of my good friends, but he had some personal issues that he has to handle, so he can't do it anymore. And it was just like, you should have told me this in the beginning,
Yeah.
But it kind of, because I always tell him, like, don't have me start a podcast and then it don't go. We got to get a lot of shows going. So anyway, he had some personal issues. That's my boy. I've been on him for like 16 years, and he's not a bogus person. So I had to let him go deal with what he had to deal with. And so right now it is on hold, but it's not going to be on hold long. I'm going to keep it going. I'm just trying to figure out what day I'm going to start back doing it, and how I'm going to revamp it. But you can join the Opinionated Truth podcast group page on Facebook. And if you scroll, I keep that page going with all kinds of topics, so a lot of people comment on it. I have, it's over 1,000 and something members on that page so far.
Amazing.
So they're always chiming in on different topics that I keep putting up. And then we also have the I Speak It podcast with So YouTube page, which girl, I need to get some subscribers on that page. I'll be forgetting to advertise that page.
Exactly.
It's so much
go ahead and
that
advertise the So YouTube page. I would have to do that too. You all shout out to Trouble the Singer. I'm gonna have him on the show. He on my live feed. Whenever Trouble come on, he brings some trouble, good trouble. Thank you.
I know. I heard Trouble before. I think was he at Ambition?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard him before, and he wasn't one of the people on the R&B versus hip hop things too. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I've heard. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah. Yes, he is. And thank you, Shade Room, Natalie Crowley, and Johnny Lewis for tuning in right here on my live. You all, thank you. But definitely, whenever Trouble get on, he bringing good trouble. Hey, Trouble. But that is so. I can't wait, because I know I used to watch, and y'all had great content and stuff like that. And I think it's fun to have different people come on, because then you have a different perspective. You don't know what's going to happen from week to week. I think that's exciting too.
Yeah, because and me, I purposely debate with my co-host because it's content. I purposely disagree, and so it's sometimes depending on who you have as your co-host, they can be a little more sensitive to it and not understand the whole purpose of it. So that can be an issue. So yeah, I would rather have people that know, what podcasting is about and how to keep the audience, coming and things like that. So it's going to be so dope. It's going to be cool.
So can you give everyone, we're not letting go, ending yet. We're going to use the last 5 minutes to talk about the subject right quick. And I'm sure the subject going to be a part 2, you all. But can you give everybody where they can find you at, where they can get your books from, if they want to book you, because she also is an engineer on Soul 106.3. If you need somebody to learn, to work your board or stuff like that. If you do that,
host an event,
host event. She's definitely an event host, and she always invite me to these concerts. I appreciate for that. I went to a Shanti concert. Yeah. We was having our girl time. We was having fun. All videotaping and all that.
You turned me down for
Mother's Day.
Was it Travis Scott or Country Lane? Which one did you turn me down
for Mother's Day? Mother's Day we get together all together.
Day. Yeah, it was a comedy show.
And I really wanted to go, but my family is so controlled. control it in a good way, y'all. They would have beat me up, and what it is, my son has something special for me. So whenever my son, has something special for me, I'm gonna go because he doesn't live at home and I don't see him all the time. So
well, I wouldn't took you away from your family anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, my son was like, Mom. So I was like, all right. But thank you. Tell everybody where they could find you from, where they could find you at, and where they can purchase your books and stuff like that. Are you still working on your movie?
I am. I'm editing. Actually, we just shot a mini feature and actually 2 mini features. So they're in post production right now. So they'll be in. I always put them in the film festivals first before I put them on any like streaming sites, because I rather get the exposure from like festivals and different people and networking like that first, and then instead of just throwing them right onto a streaming. And then the actors or whatever don't really get that exposure like that, like they would at the film festivals. So
that's awesome.
I would like I'll post when they're on like Amazon Prime or whatever. So
exactly. I said it is on the line. Hey, I said he'll be here next Friday.
Hey, that's my boy.
I know. He shared your post, your flyer and stuff for the show. So he'll be here next week, gracing us with his presence. So I'm excited about that. And Trouble gonna be here one of these days. Yeah. He definitely had your post out there, your post about being on the show. I appreciate that. And I was on his round table talk.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there, and I was so upset because this was the one time. Well, no, I'm lying. This is the one of the times that I triple booked myself. It was so many people that had so many things going on that same date, and he told me about his like way ahead of time, and I didn't put it in my calendar, which I thought I told him I was, but I didn't. And then I like literally booked like 2 more things, and so I had to eventually like narrow it down to the one. Yeah, and I felt so bad that I had to.
He got a lot of going on though. He got a lot going on. It's called her from her point of view.
Be there though.
Yeah,
so.
From her point of view, he have it every Thursday. Every third. I don't know. Let me know what Thursday that is. I said it that he has it, and it's happy anniversary to that.
Yeah, I was on there. I was actually on the podcast virtually, and the 2 ladies. I don't want to mess their names up, but they are really dope. And but he got me whenever he needs me. So.
Okay, so right quick, I want to So I have a question. I'm gonna let you all hear this little clip. We got this little clip that I'm talking about. I don't know if you ever dealt with a guy being, a guy and a friend, like their relationship is like inappropriate, or are you okay with like one of your friends? I'm not dating an ex. So I'm gonna let you all hear this right here. This is crazy. She had this lady, she had her best friend's baby daddy's baby. They were pregnant. It's crazy. And I feel like we're gonna have a part 2 because a lot of this goes on. I'm gonna let's see. Well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'll probably play this clip next. I think I'm gonna have a part 2. Now, I can really talk about this. Have you ever dealt with a friend and a guy, your boyfriend, your man, your husband, inappropriate relationship with a friend? Have you ever dealt with that?
What do you mean? Like with one of my friends?
Yes, like you had a man and you had a girlfriend. And have you ever, or do you know anybody, or have you ever experienced your friend and your guy having an inappropriate encounter or relationship?
No, because honestly, I was always a single friend. But but every time we got in groups, I was always a single one. But and I never really like the guys that I did. They really never like hung around my friends, not for no reason, but I was always like the friend that was always around the other friends. husbands or or fiancés.
So with
And
that, so have you ever felt any inappropriate feelings towards one of your girlfriend's guys? Because you are attractive, and that don't mean that you engage, but you like, have you ever been around? If you was on that kind of time, they would approach you in that way.
Oh no, I never did. You know why? Because I think we always saw each other as brothers and sisters.
Right.
Like, yeah, so I've never ever felt uncomfortable with any of my girlfriend's guys. Not at all, ever. They never put me in a position where, I mean, I know, because I would have told them, so no, I've never ever felt uncomfortable with them.
I loved it because I was saying, like, in my head, if I had a friend and I could think that guy was super fine, but soon as I found out that's my cousin friend, that's my friend's friend, I dare not even have a crush. You could see people I say, oh, your husband cute. But it's from an innocent place. Believe me, it's like my sister got a handsome husband. That's my brother. So me, like, I can't even it exit my mind anything that's different than that. Like, I just can't even think of them in another way. It's like, to me. But out here,
automatically, do they become my brothers? Like,
yes.
It's not even they be once, like, I'm okay, not automatically. If they're just now dating, of course I'm gonna like fill them out and make sure, like, if he's not a an effed up person.
Right.
But once, they get serious and things like that, yeah, he's automatically my brother, especially once they get married, like, that's automatically family.
Exactly. So let me ask you this before we would you be okay with a friend dating one of your exes?
No, because all my exes are assholes. So I was oh, can I curse? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're fine.
I mean, not all of them, but most of them. And so I wouldn't want them to put that pain up on my friends.
Right.
But if my friend decides that she want to go through that trouble, by all means, like, I don't want them. I feel like it's only if, like, I had a friend actually thinking about it. Oh, Jesus, so crazy. So my baby daddy, we were broken up, and so I had a friend. I was working at Red Lobster at the time. My oldest two probably was like 4 and 3 and 4 or something like that. And I was working at Red Lobster, and me and this girl was actually going to get an apartment together. And we were going to get an apartment together when I was planning on just like me and my kid's father at the time. We were just in a fresh breakup. And when me and this girl was talking about getting an apartment together, we didn't get the apartment together. But when I was going up to Red Lobster to eat, it was people there was telling me, because at the time I had left Red Lobster and I was working somewhere else. I forgot. And so, my old coworker was telling me that, this girl is dating your baby daddy and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? And so, so I went and I asked her, because he had already told me that he saw her, and he worked with one of her friends, and she came up to the job. He worked at Cracker Barrel, and she came up to the job because her friend worked there, and then they started talking. He didn't tell me that they were like talking, and he said they was talking about me.
Wow.
And so I went up to her and I asked her, I was like, hey, you dating, my kid's father? And she was like, well, it's not like he had a sign on his head saying that I'm Sophia, I'm baby daddy, la la. I said, well, he told me that y'all talked about me, so you knew who he was.
Ooh.
And he was like, well, it's not like we were best friends and all this stuff. I said, yeah, but we were going to get a place together. What if I would have brought him to our place?
Yeah, what? That's interesting. So I'm gonna have to wrap up. But what I want you to do, if you can, next week, if you can call in, because I'm gonna continue this conversation and tell us that story, because I think it's relevant to the subject, of what I want to bring out. I didn't get a chance to bring it out like I want. I want a little more time on the subject. But thank you so much, So for calling in and being a guest on the show. When you having fun, time goes too fast. But you all make sure
I didn't get to tell people where to find me.
You gonna come back. I'm gonna bring you back on. I'm gonna bring you. You can call back in next Friday. But you all, thank you so much for joining the Bornrich Show right here on IntellectualRadio.com, where they're streaming live 24/7. Please follow my page, Ovita Ivy, on Facebook, and go to YouTube and follow Vita Talks, and go ahead and follow Bornrich as well. Thank you all. Enjoy your Friday. Thank you so much, So.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Shawty, when I roll, tell me that you're rolling now. Shawty, when I go, tell me that you're coming now. Shawty, when I roll, tell me that you're rolling. Shawty, when I go, tell me